Hello and a very warm welcome to Meghan and Harry News YouTube channel. All the chickens are coming home to roost and we are seeing things as they really are. This news story and front page headline in The Guardian is pretty interesting. Charles undermined late Queen's plans to sue News UK, Prince Harry tells the court. Harry claims his father intervened because he wanted to ensure the Sun supported his and Camilla's future reign. So as I've stated before in here, there is a smear campaign against Meghan and Harry, which Meghan and Harry made very clear in their Netflix documentary and have implied that much of it comes from the firm, and the main reason for this international media campaign is to ridicule and create negative headlines about Meghan and Harry in order to diminish their popularity, while at the same time creating headlines that make the other members of the royal family look good. And this is still going on as of today, where we saw just last week how the Daily Express put out 44 negative articles about Meghan and Harry in just a 24-hour period. And here we see it said that Charles undermined the Queen's plans to sue the media because he wanted to keep in their toxic media good books and continue to get good press. It states Queen Elizabeth II personally threatened Rupert Murdoch's media company with legal proceedings over phone hacking, only for her efforts to be undermined by the then Prince Charles, the High Court has heard. Prince Harry said his father intervened because he wanted to ensure the Sun supported his ascension to the throne and Camilla's role as Queen Consort, and had a specific long-term strategy to keep the media on his side for when the time came. And we can certainly see how that is panning out now, and this goes way back to the 1980s when Camilla hired PR experts to try and mend her broken image the public had of her since after the terrible way they all treated Diana. It states the Duke of Sussex made the claims on Tuesday as part of his ongoing legal action against News Group newspapers. The legal case lays bare Harry's allegations of the deals between senior members of the British royal family and tabloid newspapers. It's good to see all this coming out at the same time as the coronation, and while this smear campaign is going on, when you see these countless different platforms and presenters such as Jeremy Clarkson, Piers Morgan and GB News, Talk TV, ITV, Sky News, the toxic tabloids, Fox News, Australian News and multitude of other international media platforms all constantly putting out negative propaganda against Meghan and Harry, it's good to see this come out as it really shows what is going on. It states the prince said his father, the king, had personally demanded he stop his legal cases against British newspaper outlets when they were filed in late 2019. The court filings state, "I was summoned to Buckingham Palace and specifically told to drop the legal actions because they have an effect on all of the family." He added, "This was a direct request, or rather demand, from my father and senior royal aides." Harry blamed tabloid press intrusion for collapses in his mental health, said journalists had destroyed many of his relationships with girlfriends, and said British tabloid journalists fueled online trolls and drove people to suicide. He said, "How much more blood will stain their typing fingers before someone can put a stop to this madness?" The Duke also suggested that press intrusion by The Sun and other newspapers led to his mother Diana, Princess of Wales, choosing to travel without a police escort, ultimately leading to her death in 1997. In 2017, Harry decided to seek an apology from Murdoch's News UK for phone hacking, receiving the backing of Queen Elizabeth II and his brother. His submission said, "William was very understanding and supportive and agreed that we needed to do it. We therefore suggested that I seek permission from Granny. I spoke to her shortly afterwards and said something along the lines of, 'Are you happy for me to push this forward? Do I have your permission?' And she said, 'Yes.' Having received the support of Queen Elizabeth II, Harry said he asked the royal family's lawyers to write to the Murdoch executives Rebecca Brooks and Robert Thompson and seek a resolution, yet the company refused to apologise out of desperation. Harry discussed banning reporters from Murdoch-owned outlets from attending his wedding to Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. In 2018, Sally Osman, Queen Elizabeth II's communications secretary, wrote an email to Harry explaining she was willing to threaten legal action in the name of the monarch. The email read, "The Queen has given her consent to send a further note by email to Robert Thomson, CEO of News Corporation, and Rebecca Brooks, CEO of News UK. Her Majesty has approved the wording, which essentially says there is increasing frustration at their lack of response and engagement, and while we've tried to settle without involving lawyers, we will need to reconsider our stance unless we receive a viable proposal." However, there was no apology, which Harry ascribes to a secret deal between the royal family and senior Murdoch executives to keep proceedings out of court. As part of the legal proceedings, he alleged that his brother, Prince William, had secretly been paid a huge sum of money by Murdoch's company in 2020 to settle a previously undisclosed phone hacking claim. So we have a secret deal, huge sums of money changing hands, phone hacking, which of course Piers Morgan was also accused of knowing about and orchestrating when he was editor of Daily Mirror. This is the same Piers Morgan who now goes to dinners with Camilla and Princess Beatrice and Eugenie and gives them hugs. Harry now believes his father and royal courtiers were prioritising positive coverage of his father and Camilla in The Sun, rather than seeking to back his legal claims. He said they had a specific long-term strategy to keep the media, including Sun publisher NGN, on side in order to smooth the way for my stepmother and father to be accepted by the British public as Queen Consort and King, respectively. When the time came, anything that might upset the apple cart in this regard, including the suggestion of resolution of our phone hacking claims, was to be avoided at all costs. Harry made clear his personal loathing of Brooks, who was found not guilty of phone hacking by a jury in June 2014. He said, "Having met her once with my father when she was hosting the Sun Military Awards at the Imperial War Museum in London, and having seen her essentially masquerading as someone that she wasn't by using the military community to try and cover up all the appalling things that she and her newspapers had done, I felt this surprise at her acquittal even more personally, especially as I had been duped into thinking that she was okay at our meeting. So it seems as we presumed that the firm are clearly in bed with the media. There is money changing hands, and the top priority is the image of Charles, Camilla and William, the heirs to the throne, and that is all that matters. All morals and ethics are thrown to the side."